Hey, can you tell me some stuff that you have done and you failed at?
Music.
You tried music
I
too.
tried music. It was terrible. We had the reunion. We were like, oh, you have a job already. You're working. Oh my God, you have a business. Right? And then you start to see that simply what was happening was you were focusing on things that they just didn't consider important yet. I don't think I know what I'm doing. I don't think I know what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years.
Will probably change.
It will most definitely change.
So basically, can you introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Ronald Dosunmu. I am. Where do I start from?
What you do, maybe something that you hobby.
Okay. My name is Ronald Dosunmu. I am a front-end engineer. I work for a UK-based startup called Totipay. I am the founder of a web development agency called Interned, and I'm one of the co-founders of Mura, a luxury bag brand. I love gaining information, growing knowledge, growing in the amount of knowledge I have. I love business. I love people a lot, and I love God. Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies apart from
Hobbies. When I'm at home, I don't have hobbies in school. I work a lot. I work, study, but when I'm at home, I enjoy watching series, movies, reading books. I like reading. I like listening to podcasts. I like listening to sermons as well. So yeah, I think I would call that a hobby, listening to music as well.
Oh yeah, do you you said books? Are they self-help or fictional?
I don't read fictional books. All the books I read are self-help books.
You don't read fictional? Why?
Fictional books, no reason in particular, but I've personally not found them to be as beneficial as watching movies, because for me, I would much rather prefer to watch a movie than to read a fictional book. But I know it's very different for other people.
Yeah, do you like to watch a movie because it's shorter?
Yes, because it's shorter and it's more interesting most times to me. I don't think I have a vivid imagination. Yeah.
So I have a question about your Mura brand.
Okay.
Yeah, because normally when you talk, you basically talk about how you're a front end dev.
Yeah.
Then
true.
I think it was during an EDS class that you now came up and
Yeah, I did.
I want
With my
back.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was surprising.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
So I would say that of course I'm a front-end engineer. I'm a tech person, I'm a tech bro. But when I started my web development agency, I started realizing that I had skills that transcended just...
I see what you did
Yeah.
there.
Transcended just sitting down to write code. I realized I was good with people, good with management, good with speaking, and I realized that I enjoyed business in itself, speaking to clients and things like that. So I said, okay, I need to start a business. And the whole point of it wasn't just to start a business, it was to learn business. Instead of buying a 500,000 naira course on business, what better way to learn than to do? So me and my friend, we spoke to one of a person that I met who I look up to in some ways. And there's this phrase I heard recently: exposure creates hunger. And what that basically means is that when you know something, when you see the possibilities in front of you, you start to want it. So after that conversation, we said we need to start something. Then we spent a couple of days, because we are when it comes to anything business, everybody has ideas, but the fastest thing has to be the execution. How well and how fast do you execute? Because a lot of people sleep on the execution process. We now said, okay, let's start. So we had the first shoot and we started pushing out the brand, and we started making good sales. And that's basically how Mura started. Just me and my friends deciding that we wanted to learn business and wanted to do it properly, because we had the money, we had the capital, and Yeah.
So you guys aren't like the artsy, like did you design the bags or like you just came up with the concept of
We
bags?
No, we didn't design the bags. It's a business where we're a brand. So at some point we sit down and we say what bags do we want to sell? What do we want our bags to have? We try and source for the bags. We try and contact suppliers. So there's a lot that goes into any Mura bag that you see. Yeah.
So do you guys make the bags? Or
Currently, we're making our own bags, and we have suppliers, we have manufacturers that we speak to. We customize the bags basically.
who's the design person?
The design person.
Yeah.
We don't have a design person in house.
Like you say you pick what you want on your
It
bag.
is okay. There's a team of people, and everybody watches a lot of content concerning bags, and we know different parts of the bags that look good, the parts that don't look good, the parts that people seem to really like, because we speak to a lot of our customers. I do a lot of the customer service, so if you've ever bought a bag from Mura, chances are you were speaking to me. So and then we now say, okay, these are the kind of bags that we want to sell. This is what we've noticed that people really like. And then when we now try and bring the bags in, we speak directly to the supplier. We ask them to make customizations. So in a way, we don't sit down and design the bags. Like, it's not a fashion brand, it's a business. Mainly buying, tailoring what we want the customer's needs, and then reselling. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice actually. Okay, let's now go back to your front end journey.
Yeah.
So you said that you did front end from secondary school also.
Yeah, I did.
Like, did you know that that's what you wanted to do?
No, I don't think I know what I'm doing. I don't even think I know what I'm going to be doing in the next 5 years.
It'll probably change.
It will most definitely change. I think the way life works, your purpose is fluid. At some point, I thought that was what I was going to be doing for the rest of my life. Now, do I think business is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life? Maybe. Do I think I might leave tech eventually? Maybe in the next 5 to 10 years, probably. So I can't fully say for certain that, okay, that's what I thought I was going to be doing my entire life. But then it's what I formed the habit of trying new things to see what I like, what I don't like, what makes me happy, what doesn't make me happy. And when I do that, I think I have more data to test than people do. Because there's this saying I heard recently, I have probably failed more times than people have tried. Started and failed at different things, more times than people have even started anything. So I love the fact that I try things. When I find something I like, I stick to it, I see it through, and then I see progress.
The quote that you just said, like, do you know this guy on YouTube, Gitemi?
Eitemi
Yeah.
is one of my good friends.
Okay.
One of my very good friends, funny enough.
Like that, what you said, his bio, I think he has something similar there.
Yeah.
So,
Eitemi, yes, he's one of my good friends.
oh, that's really nice. Okay, can you tell me some stuff that you have done and you failed at?
Music.
You tried music
I
too?
tried music. It was terrible. I tried Forex. I tried affiliate marketing. I tried drop shipping. I've tried a number of things. But yeah, I've tried a number of things. Yeah.
And everything still led you back to doing front end?
Front end was the one thing that I didn't monetize it early enough. Right now I'm monetizing it really well. But back then I didn't monetize. I did it out of, like, it was fun for me. It was something I really enjoyed. And because of that, I didn't feel the need, and there was no pressure, because I wasn't in school where everybody around me was learning it. But I could, because I really enjoyed it, I went all in on it. For the other skills I was doing because, I want to make money quick, I want to do this. But you just realize that slow and steady wins the race. And try and do something. Let me not say that has a realistic outcome, because there are outliers in every field. Just know there's something that is demanded for anything that you want to do. If it's Forex, there are some people that are making money from Forex. but they probably not make money in their first 6 months to a year. Like, so if you want to know that this is what it's going to take you. So for front end, I realized that, okay, this might be a slow path, but it's going to be rewarding eventually later on, and I was willing to pay that price, and that's why I stuck to front end for a while. Yeah.
So how many years now?
I think this 2025, I would say I'm clocking 5 years of experience now, professional experience working with clients, and yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, you can say so.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you said you started working with clients probably 5 years ago.
4 to 5 years ago, yes.
Like, how did you, like, start working with clients?
Okay, so a lot of people, for some reason, they find it hard to find clients for different things that they do. And I would say the best place to start is family. Pitch yourself to your family. If you can't convince a family member to buy from you, it's going to be a lot harder to convince somebody outside to buy from you. So I started with my cousins. So I built a website for one of my cousins. She loved it. Her sister wanted a website. I built for her sister. Her sister's husband wanted a website. I built for her sister's husband. Their other sister wanted a website. I built for their sister. So I now became the family website developer. You get from there, and they started recommending me to more people. And when you now have proof of work, like work to show that you did this, you did that, you did this, and you post your work, if you're very visible on places like LinkedIn and Twitter, and you keep posting your work, people will reach out to you. Like, so many people will reach out to you. And it's an amazing thing, because it shows that, okay, in a way it's a form of validation, but it also kind of has a way of giving you like a steady supply of clients. It's not the same for everybody, but for me, like 2 times when I've posted some of the gigs that I've run, I've even gotten bigger gigs simply from those posts within 2 or 3 days of making the posts. So it's something that I would definitely recommend. So start with your family, post the work that you do, and then from there, just watch yourself grow and flourish. Yeah.
Did your family members pay you?
At the beginning, I remember my cousin, we agreed 70,000 for the website. That was Trench's money. I can never collect that again. And then after everything, I think she paid me 25, and she said, "This is all I have. Take it or leave it." And I took it. Do you get? But for me, it was equivalent to doing it for free. Do you get? Then from there, the money just kept going up and up and up. Yeah.
From your job at Kora, you got another gig at Totipay. So, like, how did you, I won't call it a food chain, but like, how did you get high up?
How did I get promoted?
Yeah, like, you're an intern.
I was an intern, but I was the kind of intern that was working literally 8 to 10 hours a day. Like,
So you are a workaholic.
During that, it was a summer in particular, I was working my ass off, like a whole lot, but it was work that did not go unnoticed. And one of my higher ups, David, I was very close to him, because the project they assigned me to, it was just maybe 3 engineers working on it, and it was the lead front-end engineer, and then we were working side by side. And then when it was time for them, they were starting, I think, a newer company, and it was time to pick somebody for the role. Like, they wanted to recruit in-house. They didn't want to put the application out there. So, okay, I can do this. And from there, the rest is history. Yeah, so that's how I got into. Yeah,
So you like working?
I like working.
Like, you say you work all the time?
No, I don't work all the time. I would say I have a good work-life balance. I have friends, I have family, I have God, I have time to read. I would say I have a balanced life, but I also believe that balance is an illusion. Right now, at this stage of my life, I want to invest in the highest leverage and highest reward opportunity, because this is the season of my youth. This is the time to work. I would probably be spending most of my time working, but not to the extent where it leads to a detriment in my health, my interactions with people, the way I speak, the way I look, the way I talk. So I have a good work-life balance, but I would say I work to some extent a lot more than what most people consider normal. Yes, I do. Yeah. When I'm at home, I go to the gym regularly, but it's difficult to do that in school because of the amount of things I have on my plate.
How did you get your job at Kora?
This is a good question. It was through, in some ways, connections. but it was also a situation of where opportunity meets preparedness, which some people call luck. So I remember my brother, it was when my brother was doing his own IT, he applied to many places, and I think he applied to Kora, and they sent him a rejection email already, like, oh, we're not taking interns. It wasn't that they rejected him, they just told him, we're not taking interns now. And then I was speaking to my cousin. She just came back from Canada. She was away for 3 years because she was trying to get her PR. And then I spoke to my cousin, and she was like, oh, Kora, I want to see you. She just texted him that, oh, she has fantastic cousins who want to work at this company. Like, oh, really? No problem. Tell them to come back to the office. And then we spoke, and he seemed to really like us. And from there, he now put us through this program to ascertain how good we were, you get. And when we were going through that whole process, I remember one of the engineers that he put us under, he asked, he told him, please check if these boys are good as they say they are. And he saw my portfolio. I said, this one at my Algao. Like, he said I was very good and everything. So became highly recommended even from one of the engineers there, and that's basically how we got into Kora. So basically they didn't just put us as, they started giving us real work as time went on. We're not just there to learn. Yeah.
So your brother did most of the work? Your brother did most of the work?
I would say we did the work together. Yes.
Did you apply with him? Like when he was applying for lots of jobs?
I was not looking for an internship during that period, but I would say I was very prepared for one. I was just working, building projects, focusing on myself. I wasn't necessarily looking for paid work. So when the internship came, I had everything they were looking for. So it was an opportunity that I was very prepared for. Yeah.
Okay. Like you said something about like work-life balance. Balance is an illusion, but like how do you make sure your work doesn't crash into your other areas of your life?
I would say you have to first learn to be disciplined, because you can't always love the work that you do, and it will get tiring, it will get messy, it will become very stressful. Because God knows my eyes have seen shady, like it will become very stressful. But when it comes to balance, you have to realize that there are some things that are very essential: sleep and people. When you have a small circle of friends, you have to basically optimize your life, be able to do as much work as possible without you feeling like all you do is work. Basically, you have to have, I have a very small circle of friends, people that I love, I enjoy spending time with them. I exercise regularly. I sleep well. I sleep well, and then I sleep early, wake up very early, leave the hall very early, and I spend a lot.
How many hours?
6, sometimes 5, basically 5 to 7, and I spend a lot of time thinking. Because I would say that is my most rewarding activity. Whenever I feel like I'm working too much is when I don't have time to think. I don't have time to learn. I don't have time to listen to podcasts. That is when I would say I am working too much. But when I have time to think, I have time for people, I have time to read, I have time to sleep. I would say that I have very good balance.
Do you write?
I write once in a while. I journal once in a while. It's an outlet for me.
So when you think, you just like sit down and write?
No, I can think while I'm walking, while I'm working, while I'm speaking to people, while I'm doing basically anything, when I'm listening to podcasts, while I'm learning, while I'm writing sometimes. So that's what I mean by thinking, because I would say that strategy is literally the highest leverage activity ever, because when other people are sitting down and doing the work, there are people that are thinking of how to make more money, how to move the business forward, how to put it in front of customers. And in many ways, if you look at yourself and your life as a business, you can't just be stuck in doing the operations. you need to realize that you also need to think of ways to push yourself forward, how to make more money, how to do more things. When you look at yourself that way, you now realize that thinking is the 20% of the total pie that has 80% of the outputs. Pareto's principle. So, yeah.
What is driving you like to keep working for it still?
I would say it's always important to have a picture of the kind of life that you're working for. People shouldn't just work to survive. You should work to flourish. You should have an idea of where you are going, because that is what is going to motivate you. I remember I had a secondary school reunion recently. And in secondary school, I would say I was relatively smart. I was salutatorian, second best overall student. And I spent a lot of my time reading. I had friends, I had good friends, but I would say I didn't make too many because I was very focused, and I was really trying to do the best in YHAC, do the best in JAM band.
Why were you doing that? Like, why were you doing that?
Why was I doing that? Because I wanted to get a scholarship to go abroad. Clearly it didn't work out. But at the end of the day, I was very focused. And then, at that point in time, you'd see people playing around, having fun, and you might envy them a bit. But you also need to look like, where are you going? Now, I remember when we had the reunion, we were like, oh, you have a job already, you're working, oh my God, you have a business, right? And then you start to see that simply what was happening was you were focusing on things that they just didn't consider important yet, but now they're coming to that realization. So that picture that you have in front of you is probably the same picture that every other person has, but if you're working towards it, you have to make up your mind that even when the journey gets tough, I'm still going to go. I'll still write the code. I will still call the suppliers. I will still write the book. I will still do everything that I'm meant to do to get to this goal, because I know that when I get to this destination, it will be worth it. And sometimes you have to try your best to love the journey, because it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to always be free. Life is never going to be a bed of roses, but you just have to tell yourself that, okay, I like when there's a bit of uncertainty. I like when things don't always go my way. It's part of the process. It's a game. Alex Homozy has his podcast he calls it the game. Alex Homozy, he has a podcast, he calls it the game. He sees business as a game. And to be very honest, even when we started Mura, God knows we've been going through a lot, because so many things are happening at the same time. So many things are going wrong, but at the same time, like, it's fun in a way. You have to just learn to love the process of what you're doing.
Like, how long has Mura been around?
About 3 months.
3?
Yeah.
3?
3-ish, yeah.
Well, that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice. Okay. Have you ever taken a job that you did not know if you could do it? Like, at that moment, maybe before it's until like you are pushed to do something, that's when you realize you can do it. But did you ever take a job that was very out of your skill set?
Yeah, I would say I have. I remember a few months ago, maybe when I was on IT, I was listening to a sermon by Pastor Jimmy Odukoya, like pastor at the Fountain of Life Church, and he said something in one of the business sermons he had. He said, when it comes to business, say yes, then figure it out later. And I think I've done that a couple of times. I speak well, so people think I know what I'm saying. I don't always know what I'm saying. So I've gotten jobs and opportunities that I wasn't exactly prepared for. And I had to figure it out. I had to find people, and I had to charge enough to find the right people to kind of get stuff done for me. But I've also come to realization I don't need to be the smartest person in the room. I don't need to always be able to do what I say my output will produce, because I can always find people to do that for me. So, yeah.
That's smart. So, like, you speak well, truly. Like,
Thank you.
How did you learn how to do that? Like, does it just come with the package?
Come with the package. I would say, my name is Ronald, and Ronald, according to my friends, means mighty in words and deeds.
Okay.
So my parents sent me to very good schools. my mom tried to force me to read books. It didn't work. But I learned to start to enjoy reading books. Self-help, personal development, I would 100% recommend. And how to communicate with people. But it's something I just had to kind of learn along the way in everything that I did. I used to pretend like I had an accent. That helped a lot as well. But now I realize I don't have one, and I've come to the clear realization that that's just how things are. So I would say I try to speak well. I'm very mindful of the way I speak, the way I talk. So yeah, I would say just being fully aware helps.
Fully aware of what?
How you speak. Like when you make blunders, the way you sound, if you have H factor, if you have all these things, if you don't sound nice, you can correct that because all these habits were learned.
So you have to be very conscious.
Conscious, like if you feel like you can't speak properly, then you have to learn how to speak properly. If you feel like you're shy in front of an audience, you have to put yourself in front of an audience more. Do you get? You have to take opportunities. Now, I'm not afraid of being in front of any audience, in front of any amount of people, because I've led teams. I've been the youngest person in almost every room, the companies I've worked for. I have spoken at many events now, and like all these things help. It's just exposure. Keep putting yourself in those opportunities that you're not prepared for, and eventually you rise up to the task.
And figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out, basically.
Okay, you say you read a lot of self-help, and
I read some.
So
The thing is, I don't have time to read books, if I'm being very honest with you. But there's this thing I started, short form. It's a website and an application that I really recommend for a small price. Well, it's not small, but they summarize the content that you get in 500, in some books that are 250, 300 pages, and they put it in like 40 pages. So I try my best to read books on short form from time to time, but I've not read any book this year.
and it's true that sometimes self-improvement books, they tend to repeat. I don't know if they try to make the book longer.
Definitely. Some of them tend to repeat quite a number of things.
Reading self-help books, it gives you like, I don't know, this dopamine hits, like you're like,
This motivation.
yeah.
Very true.
Then how do you move out of that? Okay, I read a book today and I feel so good, and then you don't do anything with it. How do you move out of that?
It's not about, like, information is information. Information does not cause you to act. A lot of people are where they are today, not because they don't know what to do. I can tell you the number of people that know how to make $1 billion but are broke are quite a lot. It's simply because of their inactions. So I would say you have to come out of that space of just consuming information and feeling motivated to actually doing the things that you say you're going to do. Like Alex Mozi says this thing, have a goal budget.
Who's Alex?
Omozi.
Yeah.
He's one of my role models.
What
You
is
should. He has multiple businesses that have scaled to, I'd say several hundred, or I think at this point it's over $10 million. So he's one of the people that I listen to a lot. And he writes books.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright.
So what was I saying? Like it's because of things, it's not because of things they do, it's because of things they don't do. So you have to have a goal budget. Like you first need to, the goals that you said that you want to achieve this year, do your research and find out what these things will take. Because it's easy to say I'll make 100 million naira this year. But it's a lot harder to say, I'm going to start this business, I'm going to employ this number of people, I'm going to require this amount of capital, I'm going to work 10, 12 hours a day doing this. And when you now realize what you actually need to do, most times you realize that those goals are not even realistic in the first place. Do you get? So when you have a goal budget and you clearly define what is needed and you actually do those things, then you would move from a state of motivation to discipline. And when you do things, when you don't feel like it, simply because this is what the goal that you set requires, that is when you start seeing the progress that you want to see out of life. Yeah.
You said your friends, like, they helped you, like, all of you gathered and started a business. So was it like something that you guys have been thinking about for a while, or you just came one day and you're like, I really need to start a business? And you're like,
That's a good question. I have amazing friends, first of all. if they ever watch this, I'm proud of every single one of you guys. They know themselves. So, first of all of us are tech bros. Number one, all of us kind of have money. So it was like the next best thing. Like, we have been writing code for a very long time now. What is next? Are we going to write code till we die? It makes more sense for us to start this now while we're in school and know how it works. Then when we get out there, we take it 100x. Do you get? So it was just this thing where we were all on the same wavelength. I was there when I was having the conversation with the person that put me on. They were also there and they were like, wow, we understand. One of my friends had an experience doing a bit of drop shipping and doing something similar, and it worked for him. So we had some level of exposure, but we now saw some people doing it in Nigeria and said, we're like, wow, this is something that we should start. Like, so we're already on the same wavelength, like we were in the same position of what's next. So the moment we said that we wanted to start something, all of us just went.
Yeah, you guys had similar exposure.
I would say something like that, or we were looking for the same experience. We just wanted to see how business works and if we could do it. Because when you are a tech, I don't want to say people just think that, oh, this guy's a tech, they can't do it. And I've made the habit of proving to people I can do the things that they don't think I can do. Because I believe that truly in life, you can do absolutely anything that you want to do. I don't know if it's David Oyedepo that said that there's no mountain in front of any man. Every mountain in front of any man is a mountain of ignorance. So once you pay up your ignorance debt in terms of the things you don't know, literally there's nothing that can stop you. Just find out what you need to know, how you need to do those things, and do them. Yeah. So yeah, my friends, we were all on the same wavelength, and we're very similar now. So yeah.
I heard this. I don't know how true it is. It's very shaky to start a business with friends. Like when things get...
That's very true. It is very true that it is shaky to start a business with friends. Friends you don't trust, friends you don't know. And truly, things can go wrong in the future. I don't know. But I also think that the most important thing in any business is the team behind it. And if you have a strong team, you trust the people that you work with, you like working with the people, I think any negative is downplayed by the positives. Because we've been able to make a lot of progress, and the business will not run the way it runs without any single one of the four of us. So, sure, business can affect friendship, but if the people in it know that they got into it with the mindset that we want to make this business work, if they do everything they can to ensure that the business does work, the friendship will work as well. So it's like a two-edged sword, yeah.
Do you have to like separate the friendship from the business?
Yes, they're my business partners. They're also my friends. So we have business meetings and then we still have friendship meetings. So it's, yes, definitely.
They're good.
They're good. Do you have any more questions?
Probably not.
Okay.
So you can go and meet your friends. But it was very nice having you.
It was really nice speaking to you as well.
Thank you very much for coming.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, your job. Hey. You like I'm wondering how to structure this question. But like you said that you like in your job, like how did you like
Will you keep quiet?
like